This is the best performing Gengar EX list we've ever seen, placing top 4 out of 400 players. It's a very simple list, which I love. It opts for none of those techie psychic types you usually see with Gengar, no Hypnos, nothing like that. It's just Gengar, some Mews, and a lot of consistency. In this deck, we're opting to play the normal Haunter. Don't play the promo Haunter. Flipping for 50 is bad. Do not be deceived. Then we get to go into that Gengar EX. It does 100 damage for 3 energy, but has the very, very powerful ability that says once it's in the active spot, your opponent can play no supporter cards. That means once you get the Gengar into the active spot, you don't have to worry about losing the game to a Sabrina play. You don't have to worry about your opponent using Giovanni to get that damage they need, Blue to reduce the damage that they need. It is just one of the most powerful abilities in the game, and once you get that Gengar in the active spot, it's very hard for your opponent to find a route to victory. Now as support, we're playing 2 Mew and 1 Jinx. The 2 Mew and 1 Jinx package has felt great. It makes your mythical slabs that much more likely to find a psychic type Pokemon and continuously churn through your deck. Mew is great for all the reasons we already know. It can copy any of our opponent's really big attacks. So if you're going up against Mewtwo, it can copy that side drive attack, one hit KOing it. It can also copy Charizard EX's attack, again, one hit KOing it. Mew EX comes up all the time. It is one of my favorite cards in this game right now. It is just so versatile. It makes a lot of matchups a lot better for you. And then the Jinx, you don't use him too much, but he's always there as a 2 energy attacker, which is great for this deck. All of our other big attackers require 3 energy, but in some circumstances, you can bench that Jinx, put 1 energy on it, and have it ready to go for the next turn. One of my favorite things it's been able to do is just one-hit KO Celebis. If a Celebi has 3 energy attached to it, plus a Superior in the back, that is enough damage for Jinx to one-shot it. And Celebi can be very, very scary for this deck. You're never one-shotting a Celebi, and they can get up to that damage range in order to do so against your Gengar. Now, taking a look at the list in its entirety, we play 2 Research, 1 Sabrina, 1 Budding Expeditioner. The Budding Expeditioner also turns your Mew into a bit of a wall. This deck doesn't really play a wall. You know, there's no Druddigon or anything like that to give you the time. But the Mews paired with that Budding Expeditioner give you a lot of free time to set up that Gengar that you need. We then have 2 Pokeball, 2 XP, 2 Mythical Slab, and 1 Potion. Potion comes in clutch because it puts Gengar just out of range of some attacks. If it's attacked twice by a Pikachu and you weave that Potion in there, they're now no longer going to be knocking out that Gengar. You have to remember, your opponent can't fix the math with Giovanni. So if Potion takes you out of range, you're out of range. There's nothing your opponent can do to reach for that knockout. If you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. This list really does just feel like the best way to play Gengar. No gimmicks, no nothing. Just using the pure strength of Gengar and Mew in order to make a very, very decent deck, I think. So let's go over and let's see how the games went for me. On the other end, he could get 0 heads here. Right? Equally as likely as 2 heads. Ah. Hey, look at that. All right, just not 2 heads. I'll take 1 heads, but not 2, please. Don't do it again. And let's see what this one will do. I feel like he's due for a double heads. Bro, this is the worst game of Pokemon Pocket I've ever played. All right, let's bone ring ourselves. Can we get 2 heads just to rub it in his face? 1, 2, let's go. I think this guy's going to get off the app for the day. It would be crazy if this guy plays this game at any point for the next week. Going first here with quite the hand. We got Pokemon Black and White soundtrack on the radio today. I just completed a playthrough of Pokemon White again, and it was so much fun, man. So much nostalgia. I still remember getting my first copy of Pokemon Black, actually. My mom took us all to church. She said afterwards we can go to GameStop. I went to GameStop, located in a mall. So right after I got my copy of Pokemon Black, went over to Auntie Anne's, you know, that pretzel place that's in every single mall in America, and got myself a pretzel, and I still remember it, man, a blue raspberry lemonade. Took it home, beat the game in 2 days. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about, every time I open up some Pokemon, man, it's about reliving that nostalgia. So we're sitting here with 2 Mythical Slabs and a Pokeball, so I feel fine going Mythical Slab, Pokeball. Just thinning this out and refreshing the deck if we don't hit any. All right, we hit a Mew. So I feel fine putting that XP back in the mix if it means I get to thin out 1 more card. Another Ghastly. Okay, so Now, sadly, that's both of our mythical slabs down, so the only other thinning we have at this point is going to be researches, and we're not running into those, so... A little bit of a sad turn 1. Didn't quite go as well as I wanted it to. I would have loved to hit a Haunter or something off of that, but we still got one card out of the deck. And we're playing against some sort of Luminian, Articuno, Greninja deck. Could be a problem if things go well for him. Stop. Stop this crap. Alright, thank you. He gets 1 to the Articuno. That's alright. It's not the worst. But we gotta start building things up here, or else we're gonna be in trouble. There's a Gengar. That almost just makes me want to attach to the Jinx. It feels like such a wasted energy on the Jinx, though. It really does. Like, everything else is about to get bullied by this Luminian once it evolves. And there's not a lot I can do to stop it. So there's no point in attaching to either Ghastly. Because if I do... At least Jinx will be able to start attacking to this Luminian if it becomes one. Let's just put the energy there. No matter what, if I attach to one Ghastly, it's the one that's going to get targeted. So I would just rather leave it as is. Oh, man, if he gets into Greninja, too, it's going to get even worse for us. He can't possibly have that perfect start, right? No way his hand was Misty, Articuno, Luminian line, Greninja line. I refuse to believe it. A second Gengar. All right, you are doing nothing for me, buddy. Thank you for showing up, though, I guess. We're just shy of knockout, sadly. I'll put the Mew down now. If he softens it up for 50, I would much rather that than my other Ghastly getting damaged. So let's just try to knock out this Luminian. Man, he could even, if he has Greninja, he could retreat into Articuno, Greninja ping, attack my Jinx, and that feels equally as terrible. Either way, he's going to be able to knock it out next turn with Articuno. No Greninja, please. It's just so unnecessary for you to do that to me. So unnecessary. Okay. Just another Aqualiner. So he just wants to soften up both Ghastlys. I can't say I love that. There's a research. Alright, man. We need this Haunter because we need to get this Gengar online. ASAP. Pokeball, Budding Expeditioner. Alright, neither of those are really helpful. Another Mew. I mean... It's not like he's going to be able to take out both of these, so I'll just hold the potion for now. We'll just Psychic for the knockout on the Luminian. This is real tough. We got 6 cards left in deck. 2 of them are Haunters. One of them's a Research. We got a 50-50 on finding a card to either help us find Research, or help us find Haunter, or just outright find Haunter. Maybe still no Greninja? I would really, really appreciate it. If we just see an Articuno swing for 40. Or that. That's fine with me. Oh, no. Okay. Hold on. We are in a lot of danger right now of an Articuno just wiping us off the board. So let's go. Like, he can take 2 prizes here, but the worst case is if he finds Greninja, goes into Articuno, he snipes my Haunter. I feel like I'm more afraid of that play than anything. So let's just set up this to get into Gengar, I guess. And if he wipes my board, I can promote Mew and then Budding Expeditioner it off board next turn and then start swinging with Gengar. And maybe that gets us there. I don't know. It's going to be awkward. Yeah, see, there's that Greninja. I'm glad I potioned the Haunter. That could have been horrible. But he's not even going to go for that play. Okay, interesting. He's just going to keep softening up my Haunter. Which is whatever, I guess. I don't know. Is it whatever? It's tough. It's not great by any means. We can go into Mew. And evolve into Gengar. Attach there. And just Side Shot for 20, I guess? Now, I'm 2 Greninja pings away from just getting knocked out by an Articuno on my Gengar EX. Which is sad. And I don't really have a way around it besides... No, he just benched that Froakie. I can't even Greninja it up to or Sabrina it up to save myself that. Oh, man. Yup, and he's going to poke the Gengar. But he's just going to miss Slash, so I know next turn my Gengar's safe. And there's the Sabrina. So let's just start burning cards. We'll go Budding Expeditioner. Attach there. Or sorry, we'll bench Mew. And go X-Speed. And I guess we'll save the Budding Expeditioner in case it's going to be impactful. But next turn, I'm fine. I can just Spooky Shot here. And hopefully just Sabrina for game after this. If he gets another Articuno, it's going to be tough. Depends if he's playing X-Speed or Leaf. No, because he'd still be able to put down an Articuno with an energy on it, so I won't be able to trap it. Either way, I'm on a really short timer here. But if we don't see an Articuno, we'll be okay. No Articuno? No second Articuno? No second Articuno? Okay. He's going to knock out my Ghastly with that. And that game literally just came down to him not retreating into the Articuno to attack me. Which I don't know why he didn't do. But it cost him the game. So, got a little bit lucky there. Our opponent misplayed, and we're able to capitalize on it. Yep, just a concession. Okay, I mean, hey, that's sometimes how you win Pokemon Pocket, by your opponent doing the wrong thing. Going second here against a Lightning-type deck, and I feel like I would rather start the Jinx than the Ghastly. If I can get into Gengar here, it's going to be very, very good against not a Pikachu deck. I can't really say I'm afraid of this, though. I don't really think I'm too afraid of a Galvantula. I am going to want to get... Well, no, I'm still good right now. I was going to say I'm going to want to get another bench Pokemon to prevent the Sabrina trapping stuff. But I get to get a little bit ahead here. Okay, this was pretty good. I thinned out two non-psychic types, so hopefully this Mythical Slab nets me a Psychic. It's another potion. Okay. Or one potion. My one potion. Let's Pokeball now, I guess. We get a Mew. Now, benching too many things is going to be how we lose. I do have the Budding Expeditioner to get out of the Galvantula trap. Both of these are 3 energy off of doing anything. Maybe I'll just go into Mew now and start Psy-Shotting to force the Galvantula evolution. I don't know. What do you do when you don't have Haunter in hand and no way to draw cards? What do you do? I'm going to be able to knock out the Galvantula before he knocks out me, so that's something. But yeah, this is still going to be tough. And I might just get a free prize on this Joltik if he doesn't have Galvantula already. So we'll decide more as we move forward in this game. There's the Galvantula at least. And a potion. It's okay, as long as there's not a double potion, I'll still be able to genome hacking my way through this. If I get Haunter, I might just start attaching to Gengar. Not a Haunter. It's another Pokeball. Okay. So we'll spam that. Get another Psychic type out of our deck. And I guess we're just going for this. Don't see what else there is to do. I don't want to start attaching to Gengar when I don't have a clear line to get it. I mean, I'm waiting on... I have 2 outs to it. And then 2 research, right? Did I play research? I have 1 research left. Yeah, my outs are horrible. Oh, you just started with double potion in hand. Sure, why not? Why not? That's good. That's good. Good job, man. Starting with double potion for your 80 HP Galvantula. I'm sure that helps in a lot of matchups. And there's all the lightning guys. Okay, so it is more than Galvantula, but this Galvantula is going to be the biggest problem for us. Because this is going to let him get 2 prizes here, and I don't have a good backup for this at all. This is just unfortunate how this is playing out. Alright, well, we get the Haunter. So at least... man. I don't want to... This is just a horrible, horrible strategy here. What we're going with right now. This is not good. Next turn, we'll be able to attach once to the Haunter and knock out the Galvantula, I guess. And from there, I don't know. I really don't. We got to get into this Gengar. Okay, so it's just the Giga Shock Raichu. I feel better about that. Because he's only going to be doing 60 damage with that thing. Which is fine by me. Okay. Second Gengar EX, whatever. We will not do anything. We'll just Will-O-Wisp. And next turn... Next turn, I think we'll just... Well, it depends on what our opponent does. If he goes into Zapdos and pokes me for 20, I'm going to evolve into the Gengar. But if he just sends up Raichu, I think I'm just going to attach the Haunter and Will-O-Wisp. And then at least I can get my Gengar going this turn. There's a second Pikachu. Or Gengar's going to be able to knock out this Raichu following this turn up because he's used all of his potions. Another Mythical Slab. My outs aren't great to hitting anything, and I almost don't want to put anything on the bottom of my deck. Like, I could put my Sabrina on the bottom of the deck and have no way to get it back besides waiting for the game to be over. But let me count how many are left. I've got 2 Psychic Pokemon left, as opposed to 4 Trainers. I want Sabrina. I want Research. I don't really care much for Budding. I want Potion. I feel like I want more cards than I don't. So the odds of me hitting something that I don't want to go to the bottom of the deck is higher than a thinning card. So let's just Will-O-Wisp. I'm still not benching this Mew. I'm going to bench this Mew next turn after this Giga Shock, I think. Just to get it down. Can't believe that Galvantula gave us so much trouble. Double Potion on Galvantula is crazy work. Worked out for him, though. And then we see Pikachu, which is okay. Our Gengar's still going to be able to live 2 attacks from him. Giovanni. Almost gets you there, but not quite. And we're going to take away his supporters this turn as well. Alright. Here we go. Gengar got a potion too. Not anything too impactful. But now we stop all Sabrina shenanigans, so I feel fine just putting the Mew down just to have it in case. The potion can use now, I guess. I don't see where it's going to be impactful. I don't see why I wouldn't want it on the Gengar. We'll just go Spooky Shot for 100, knock this guy out. And here comes Pikachu. He can't attack with anything this turn besides Zapdos, but either way, it doesn't look like he's in a good spot anymore. And that's sort of the story with Gengar against Electric-type decks is if they let you get into what you need. At this point, I might as well Mythical Slab. Like, I've hit the 2 cards I wanted to see. Nice, and there we go. Look at that. Pro plays. Maybe we want a second Gengar? I don't know. He doesn't have anything that snipes for 60, right? At max, it'd be a... Who's the guy called? Electabuzz for 40. And the Electabuzz, if he comes up, we can just one-shot him back, so... No real issue. Yeah, Gengar does pretty well against Lightning-type decks. That one potion just gives you what you need to survive 2 hits guaranteed. Because they can't ever... Giovanni. They can't Sabrina around it. Gengar's just pretty good against Lightning-type decks. And there's the concession. Alright, we get there. Going second with the ultimate walling start. We got Budding, Expeditioner, and 2 Mews. Yo, shout out this Cunning Fox, by the way. These music covers are great, and I love that they're on Spotify. Makes it super, super easy to listen to for these videos. And we just see a Celebi plus a Snivy. Okay. Not bad. Now, I did have a great game against a Celebi earlier, and I was not recording. So, that got lost. But one thing I learned is that Jinx as a counter to Celebi is disgusting. If If they have a superior and 3 energy on it, I can go ahead and one-shot that thing. So now we have Haunter in hand, which makes me just want to start building up the Gengar, which I think I'll go for. And we'll hope we find a Gengar in one of these next 2 turns. That would be very, very big for us. Because you can't let Celebi ramp up too crazy. Another Ghastly. We have the Expeditioner to, like, take one of these out of play, so I don't feel horrible about this. Let's go ahead and put the second one on Haunter. And this way, this turn, if he hits me for too much, I'll just Budding Expeditioner this Mew up, send in the other Mew, bench the Mew again, and start attaching to that. Or maybe I go for a bit of a sinister double Gengar angle. But finding 2 Gengar seems a little hard. One heads, even that's enough for me to Budding Expeditioner this thing up. No, whatever the guy's called. There's the Gengar. Okay, so I think, actually, we just get right into this guy and start swinging. Budding Expeditioner, pick this up, because I would love to start building up a Jinx on the bench, too. And evolve up into Haunter. And now there's no Ericas. There's no nothing. It's just me and you, Celebi. And I feel pretty good about my Gengar taking you down. We're in no danger of a superior double in this energy. Taking it out of range, or, sorry, putting our Gengar into range of being one-shot by some lucky coin flips. It's not going to do anything for you, man. It's really not. I would save that for the next Celebi if you if you survive this game long enough. No Ericas for you. Sorry. Just going to be a coin flip for it. Okay. Anything but 3 heads, I'll be fine with. Okay, 2 is fine. 2 is fine. He doesn't have anything that can come in and hit me for 70 next turn. Still no Servine for him. Has he done anything? He's kind of just dead drawn. Yeah, he's out of there. Yep, what can you do? Okay, going first against another Psychic-type deck. Most likely Mewtwo. And there's a Ralts. Okay, weird matchup for sure. Weird matchup for sure. Now, we mostly want to see evolutions. This has a high chance of... Well, doesn't find us the Ghastly. We had a 2 out of 3 shot. I'm telling you, man, you always get the 1 in 3 chance. There's the Ghastly anyways. And Haunter. Cool. So we can start building that up. I feel like Double Mew just has to be pretty decent in this matchup. Our only problem here is that we don't have Energy Acceleration. And they do. So it makes things a little bit weird for us. Now, next turn, we will be able to get into Haunter, and I think just going aggro on Gengar will be pretty good. And hopefully in that time, we can build up a Mew as well to deal with, you know, the last Mewtwo that might be in play, or whatever we come across. It would have been nice to go second here, I think. Yeah, all right, we got the full Gengar line. Looking good for us. Looking about as good as it can. It's just going to be about... Does this deck have the power to get through a Mewtwo? It's really all we can wait and see. And we'll Pokeball. And I don't know if I want to go for second Gengar or if the Jinx is going to be better. I feel like the Jinx might be better just because we're not going to have all the energy attachments in the world to go around. So maybe having a potential 2 energy attacker will be good at some point. So we'll just hold for now until we decide what exactly we're going to do. Now, if our opponent can just hold off on finding that Kirlia for one more turn, I'll feel okay. He's going to leaf into the Mewtwo and start doing his 50 pokes. That's fine. Yeah, but we're really going to want to not see a Kirlia here. Cool. All right. I'm feeling better about this already. Gets a swing on us for 50, but he can't knock this Mew out next turn. No matter what. So we're good to just get Gengar set up and start swinging on him before he hits into us. And before he takes any prizes. So I'm feeling pretty fine about this. Now he might see this Gengar and say, all right, well, now it's time to set up second Mewtwo in the back so I can respond to this Gengar after that one Gengar gets knocked out, which would be unfortunate, but what can you do? Okay, just another attachment to the Mewtwo. That's good. That's good. This is energy not on another Mewtwo. It's energy not on a Mew in the back or whatever. So, that is bait right there. 100%. Because if I don't swing into this Mewtwo now, I'm not going to have a Pokemon built up to knock it out after the fact. Will I, though? I could build up Jinx. Would that be better? Knock this out. Swing into this once. He hits me for either 50 or 150. And then I can build up the Jinx and revenge kill it after the fact. Let me see here. Jinx would do, in an ideal world, it would do 70. If he has 2 energy left after using Side Drive on me. And if that was the case, he would need double potion to get around that. It actually might be the play to Sabrina here. And bench the Jinx. It's a tough call, for sure. It's a really tough call. Maybe I save the Sabrina for next turn if he evolves it into a Curly. If he doesn't evolve into a Curly, I'm still going to leave it alone. But for now, let's just get this damage on the Mewtwo until we know more information about what our opponent's going to do. There's Curlia. He could also just bench another Pokemon, and that would be a little bit sad. He does play potions, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go for that play. Wow, I'm glad I didn't go for that play. Oh my gosh, I thought everything through and decided to just play it safe and was rewarded, because I would have no way for that Jinx to knock this thing out next turn. Alright, good on me. Good on me. Just going to go for the 150. Yep. I am going to potion that damage off. It could matter somewhere. I mean, it stops like a Ralt from coming up and knocking me out. And where do the attachments go from here? I don't think Jinx is like coming in and revenge knocking out anything else. So we'll just do this and Spooky Shot for 100. I cannot believe he was actually playing the double potion. I thought it would never happen. That was our one way that we lost to that play. And our opponent just had it raw in hand. So insanely lucky that we just decided to hold there. There's a second Mewtwo. That's fine. That's fine. We've got enough time to build up. Well, he could... No, he can't go Leaf Retreat, which is good for us. Because we stopped that trainer card from going through. You could just manually retreat, I guess. Or soak the 100 hit. Is he going to soak the 100 hit? Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do. I don't really need many more trainers. But... No matter... No, I guess he could have X speed too. I don't know, I'm very... no matter what, the Sabrina probably gets us there next turn. He can't, like... He can't send up Mewtwo this turn and Blue because of my Gengar. It's always so weird playing Gengar because you think about the usual outs that your opponent has, and then you have to remember that 90% of them just aren't there. Like, he can't Blue this turn and stop my Mew from taking a one-shot on this Mewtwo. So it's totally fine for me to just swing into this and leave that Mewtwo with full HP, because I know I have the Mew next turn to take care of it. Yep, there's Psychic Sphere. And we just get to send up Mew and Genome Hacking and knock out the Mewtwo. Great work. I love that. I love that Gengar stops my opponent from doing what it wants to. It's fantastic. All right. Here we go. Genome Hacking for the game. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, I mean, we did have an ideal start, and he didn't get into a Gardevoir until a little bit later. So, you know, a little bit iffy on how that matchup is actually going to go, but clearly it's possible.